morning, people. It's Sunday morning, and today I'm reading from Matthew, my Sunday school lesson from Adult Bible Studies. Let me turn on this light. As the reading today for Matthew, chapter 21, verses 23 to 27. And I showed you all this the other day. So I'm sitting here, and I just realized that I have memorized quite a few of the books in order. I couldn't say all of them, the books of the New Testament off the top of my head, but the four Gospels are Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And Matthew's easy because it's the first book. And then there's Acts and Romans and 1st and 2nd Corinthians, and then Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Corinthians. No, Colossians. And then 1st and 2nd Thessalonians. So I don't know how many that is out of how many in the New Testament, but I haven't memorized naming the books of the Bible in the New Testament or Old Testament since I was a teenager. I used to be, actually a young teen, I used to be really good at that. When I'm in church or in a Bible study and I want to find the books readily, I'm getting better at being able to find those chapters quickly. It is something good to practice whether you go to a traditional church or not. So our reading today is, again, Matthew 21, 23 through 27. The authority of Jesus is questioned. When he entered the temple, the chief priests and the elders of the people came to him as he was teaching and said, "By what authority are you doing these things? And who gave you this authority?" Jesus said unto them, "I will also ask you one question. If you tell me the answer, then I will tell you by what authority I do these things. Did the baptism of John come from heaven, or was it of human origin?" And they argued with one another. "If we say from heaven, he will say to us, why then did you not believe him? But if we say of human origin, we are afraid of the crowd, for all regard John as a prophet." So they answered Jesus, "We do not know." And he said unto them, "Neither will I tell you by what authority I am doing these things." Jesus was very wise and clever, and they kept trying to corner him. I remember another passage where, they asked him if it was by the king's law or by God's law, and because they asked him if people should pay taxes. And he took a Roman coin, and he said, and held it up and showed them and said, "Give Caesar what is Caesar's, and give God what is God's." Because on the coin, it had a picture of Caesar. So, or the king. So give to the king what belongs to the king. And so the answer is yes, you should pay taxes. It's a painful answer, but it's true. Jesus said that. So we have to respect the laws of our country. And here he is again. They're trying to trap him into saying that he's the Son of God, that he is part of the Godhead, which they could have accused him of blasphemy for. And eventually they did. Eventually he did say to them, or the way he answered indicated that he was God. in some form, or the Son of God. And they accused him of blasphemy at that point because they did not believe. So that's what led up, one of the events, one of the many events that led to the crucifixion. You can see throughout the entire um, Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, that the Pharisees and Sadducees just continuously even followed him around, trying to entrap him into making what they considered blasphemous statements. And eventually they did. Eventually it was time. He knew it was time for him to make this sacrifice and die on the cross for all of us. And this was a foreshadowing event of what was to come. And we need to keep this in mind during the Lent season. It's a very good passage to read during Lent. All the passages where they were trying to entrap him, and because you can tell it's leading up to the crucifixion and to the resurrection. So I hope you all come to Sunday school with me this morning. Just email me and I'll send you the room number in Zoom and the passcode to join us. Have a wonderful and blessed day, everyone.